Well, hello, everyone.
Hello, Matrix Money Tuesday. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, how's it going this
ECM,
week?
how are you doing?
Better than yesterday. I don't know how the hell I made it through my live stream last night, to be honest with you. I listen, I had like a good burst of energy during the live stream, but as
Yep.
soon as I got off the live stream, it was like, okay, just put a fork in me. That was it. Boom, done. You know what I mean? It was over. So yeah. But tonight I'm feeling okay. So we'll see. Yeah, coffee.
I have some coffee right now just to get me through.
How about you, man? How's your day been? How's your week been so far?
Well, it's snowing, so there's just more snow. It's just cold.
Oh,
Regular stuff, the
perfect.
regular Canadian stuff's happening right now. But so
Perfect.
far, so good. Good start to the year. What's funny is I put out a tweet yesterday saying that since the market isn't doing anything, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. And then immediately after, Bitcoin starts going up. It's up like $5,000 in the last 24 hours, something crazy. So
Well,
obviously that's going to happen, right?
so we need to know what to do when we need the markets to move. Just
Yes.
have Jar say he's coming on in. There it is.
Yeah. And that's when we need some advice from maybe our special guest today.
Yes. We got a special guest, guys. We're going to introduce him in a second, but first we're going to go say hi to everybody that's here so far. Let's see. Who do we got? We got BC Port Corp in the house. Appreciate you being here, brother.
Sir. Welcome.
Let's see what else we got. Yeah, and here he is dropping the TI Joes here. If you remember on my channel, you got the bingos and the bangos in the chat. Appreciate all of that. And now, okay.
Old man interwebs.
Listen. Now, last night, for those who watched the stream last night, you watched me have a literal senior moment during the live stream. Well, I decided that I would clip that out, put them together. There was a couple of them, and BC, in fairness to him, took full advantage of my senior moment. And so I put a members only clip for my channel together. If you are a member, go check that out. It's only about 2 minutes long, but you're gonna laugh your ass off at me. So oh, the senior moments are coming fast and furious. I'm just saying.
That's awesome. That's great.
Ask Joe with the bingos and the bangos. What's saying? It's snowing in
Comedia.
Comedia. Yeah. Comedia.
What a shocker.
That stupid Canada place. And Damn It Dave is in the house. Appreciate you being here, Damn It Dave. There it is.
Welcome.
All right, Joe. We should bring our special guest up. Listen, we wanted to take some time. Now, Joe has been on my channel before, aka Trade Intuition. Matter of fact, we used to do a show on Monday and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. That I've now pivoted away from and are doing premieres in that time slot. But so for people who are coming from my channel, he might be a familiar face. You're probably already following him and that kind of thing. But for those of you coming in from the Matrix Money channel or from Jar's channel, I know that's like a different demographic of crypto user. And so we're going to try, Jar and I are going to try to get more people to kind of come in from different aspects of cryptocurrency. We've been reaching out to a lot of people to try and bring them in. And tonight, we were fortunate that the schedules kind of aligned because Joe's schedule ain't easy no more, man. It's just not easy.
He's a big, he's a busy man.
Yeah, he's a busy man. I'll tell you what, but we're going to bring him in and talk some trading. And Jay Violet, I see you sliding in there. Welcome. All right, let's bring our guest up right now. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Trade Intuition. How's it going, brother?
It's going good. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it very much. So thank you.
Good evening. Welcome. So Joe, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel?
Sure. So of course, my name's Joe, also known as Trade Intuition, where you learn how to trade without the tuition. So basically what I do is I show you how to trade in the most simplistic form. Now, of course, I know there's a lot of just, the whole mining aspect and, gaining coins and either staking them or, cashing them in or just holding them till they go on exchanges. That's great. What I do is I trade. So I'm a trader. There's several different kinds of trading, and I just kind of show you the best thing that you could possibly do without charging you. And of course, none of it's financial advice, but it's just, for entertainment purposes. But there's a lot of people out there that make trading really, really difficult with all the acronyms and abbreviations, and it's just to trick you, in my opinion, to have you buy their course, their boot camp, their memberships, and everything else. But what I do is I just show you for free, and if you like it, then great. If it resonates with you and you're able to pick up some tips and tricks for free, then that's what I do. I show you how to do that every day.
Excellent. Yeah, and I would definitely say that it seems to be intentional to make it a little bit confusing when it doesn't have to be that complex. At least for the basic trades. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you do that actually does require a lot of knowledge, but getting into it doesn't have to be as difficult as it sounds.
Yeah, very true.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, Joe, when I first started talking to Joe and that kind of thing, and watching some of his videos to learn how he kind of does things, because I remember coming into the space and one of those gurus basically sucked me right in there. And, because again, just posting up all the wins, everything was a win. It was a win. It was a win. And even though everything he was saying was like this, right over my head, I had no clue. But Joe, what impressed me by Joe is that he tried to keep it simple. He doesn't use a lot of jargon, like every once in a while throw it out there, but he always clarifies. And he does it in, again, Joe, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth there, but you could do it, follow Joe's methods with things as simple as support and resistance. Like, boom, there it is. The one other thing I like about Joe, and then I'm going to throw it to Joe so he can talk a little bit about that, is almost always you see he gives because let's be honest, trading is what? It's probabilities, right? What's the most likely scenario to happen? Go up, go down, stay sideways, whatever. But he always gives an A and B scenario. My A scenario is this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. But if B happens, this is what you're going to see. And I like that. So, Joe, I'm done putting words in your mouth, brother. Go ahead and tell everybody your version, your understanding, your way of that.
Yeah. So, and you'll notice it too. Like anybody you watch, they usually spend 25, 30 minutes explaining what already happened, how you could have made money, what you should have done, where you could have entered. But none of that helps. You're in it right now to make money, or to at least see what might potentially happen. So what I do every day is I review the thought process from the previous day. And in a sense, it's like a trading diary. So we review what happened yesterday, and then we anticipate what might happen today or in the moment. But there's a lot of traders out there, man. They'll spend all that time talking about how you could have done this or whatever. But you ask them, okay, do you think it's going to go up or down right now? Like, what do you think? And it's like you ask them a calculus question. They're like, it's like, well, it could go up.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's so true.
Yeah. It's like, well, it could go up or it could go down. It's like, I already know that. Like, what do you think? Like, where do you think more towards the upside or more towards the downside? And so, well, if it does this, then this, and it's like, okay. But yeah, so what I do is I'll show you the thought process, and even if it goes up, which matter of fact, that was yesterday where I thought it was going to go up, but it went down first and then went up. And even though it went up, though, what I do is I'd let you know, is to me, this is not a win, because yes, it did go up, but it didn't go exactly how I thought, but it still went up. But, so for me, since I have nothing to sell, I show you the true thought process. If I had something to sell, like most people, they'll show you only the parts that work out. So.
No. There you go.
So when you're go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I just want to clarify one thing that Joe just said, and then please jump in with a question. You said, wait, this side right here. Here we go. You said that you don't have anything to sell, but you do have a paid group. Just clarify that for everybody so there's no confusion.
Yeah, I do have a paid group. And for the paid group, that's not to learn how to trade. Granted, if you join it, yes, you will learn faster, but it's not to learn how to trade. It's so you have access to the trade setups. It have access to the updates on the trades, updates on the market. But if you watch the live streams, there's times where we take live trades with the explanation why, and then of course on the next day we'll follow up on it, moving the stop loss and everything else. But if you're in the VIP, well, then you've already had that update prior to the next live stream. So that's the major difference as far as my VIP versus everybody else. Everybody else, it's to learn how to trade. I just show you, and I encourage questions. And so questions, they do two things really. One, it verifies that I know what the heck I'm talking about, because there's a lot of people out there that don't want you to ask questions. They just want you to be a sheep and follow the program and, pay them, for their VIP membership. But for me, I want people to ask questions, whether it's, trading or indicators or whatever. That way, again, you know what I'm talking about. And two, it may be a question that somebody else doesn't even know to, ask yet. So, and again, it's just traders helping traders.
Yep.
But everything that I do is free unless you want the updates. And if you don't have money, well, then just get the updates, just watch the videos, ask questions. It's free mentorship.
Subscribe
and
to the
then
channel.
you make money. And if you like what's going on, well, guess what? My business model is where you're going to join the group. So,
yep.
Basically, I'm proving to you that I know what I'm doing before you even join. But some people, they don't join because they're like, I'm making money and I don't even have to pay anything. And it's okay too. Watch the show.
There you go. And French Toaster, welcome. All right, Jar. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I wanted to get that clarification out.
Yeah, it was just a simple question. Like, I wasn't sure if you're exclusively crypto, or do you go into TradFi, or do you do anything new and play with Polymarket and those new types of forms of speculating?
Yeah, so it just depends. Like whoever's watching the show, sometimes people ask about oil or gold or silver. A chart's a chart. So it just, if you're doing stocks, more than likely you're not going to be scalping. You're going to be kind of investing or long-term holding. So for those, automatically I go to like the weekly time frames or higher time frames, just so we can have more price action. But if you're doing more the crypto, and sometimes I'll have people ask me, can you look on the 15-minute time frame? So that means that they're scalping. So it's like, all right, well, this is what I'm looking for. But if it's something that somebody wants, for example, I think it was Link the other day, where they wanted a long-term thought process. Okay, so we zoom out and we check it out for them. But in all that, like I said, if there's a chart for it, I can chart it.
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Now, could you maybe break down for the people, again, I'm thinking about a lot of the people on Matrix Money and on Jar's channel. I don't know if they're traders. I'm going to guess maybe not. But like, could you break down the different types of trading that, or at least that we see in crypto? Some of the basics, because you mentioned scalping, for example.
Right. So of course you have scalp trading, and scalp trading is something you just want to get in and out. And that's usually, you'll go like on the 15-minute time frame or less. Sometimes you'll chart on the 1 hour, then go to 15. But that's something just real quick in and out. And quick in crypto is anywhere from a few minutes to maybe an hour or two. Then you have intraday trading, which is within the day. Then you have day trading, which lasts about a day. You have there's several different lengths of time, and everybody has different time frames for their times. But for me personally, if you're looking for like a swing trade, that's something that's going to last like 3 to 5 days, max 7. Then you have kind of like a mid to long-term hold. That's about a month to 3 months. Mid-term hold about 6 months. Long-term hold over a year. Investment, you're looking at 4, maybe 6 years.
Excellent.
Yeah, majority of my holds are long term, except for those. I got burnt on perps so badly, so many times, that I just don't even touch fire anymore. So I avoid it as much as possible. It looks exciting. It looks really exciting.
Yes,
but you
it's
get
fun to do. It gets the blood flowing.
Oh yeah,
you can make money really quick.
You are definitely awake.
Yeah, you can make money really quick, but then you can also lose money really quick. So the biggest thing that especially I talk about and I teach on my channel is risk management. That's the biggest.
Oh heck yeah.
Yep. Because without risk management, like you can blow your account again and again and again while you're learning, and it's no fun. It really is.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to expound on that at all, but that's a good topic for traders. Well, everybody in this space to quite frankly understand. But looking at it from that trading perspective, could you like expand on risk management a little bit?
Yeah. So basically, risk management, it just depends on how much money you can afford to lose. And most traders, they tell you 1% or 2%. And if you have a big account, say 100,000, 500,000, yeah, sure, 1%, 2%. If you have a small account, let's say $500 or 1,000, 1%, it's a little bit of money. It's like really little bit. So sometimes, depending on the person, they may go to a 2 to 5% of their risk. And it's like, really, it's how much money you can afford to lose. So if, let's say you have $100 account and you're risking $10, you can only do 10 trades that you lose and you're out of the game.
Right.
So because of that, it's not sexy and it's not fun. Now with crypto and trading, we want to make money right now. We want to be millionaires tomorrow. And that may be even too long.
Yes.
But
Yeah, right.
when it comes to trading, if you have a $100 account, you have to only be trading with a few dollars and slowly compound, which is, it's not sexy and it's not fun, but it's doable. It's just people want, they want to make $30, $40 a trade with $100. And can it be done? Sure. The likelihood of it happening, very slim, especially in these type of markets right now, where you may, and the huge problem, and again, this comes to risk management. Let's say you win 5 trades in a row. You think you mastered a system. The new mentor you got is amazing. The new, whatever boot camp you just paid for, you're winning 5 trades in a row. Well, now you put more money in, and you're willing to risk a little bit more so you can make a whole bunch of money. And guess what? The 6th time, it doesn't work, and you lose like half your account or the majority of your account. And now you're starting. It's much harder to make $10 when you have 100 versus making $10 when you have 10,000. When you have a lot of money in your trading, you can make big money really fast. However, and I see this a lot with people who have big accounts, you can also lose $200-300 quick. And you have to be okay with it mentally, physically, and emotionally, and financially, especially. You have to be okay with losing that amount. So whenever you do a stop loss, that means, when you're entering the trade, automatically put that stop loss. And let's say I'm willing to risk $10. Simple math, $10. If it goes and it hits the $10, I should be okay with it. But if it goes and it's going to hit that $10, it's like, oh no, let me cancel it because I think it's going to bounce. And now I lost $12, and then $14, and then $18, and then finally it hits $25, and then I cancel it. I could have only lost $10 and get into another trade. And that's if I'm winning, if I have $1,000 account. But yeah, the risk management, it's really tough, and that's something that with time you learn, because there's gonna be a lot of times where you don't do your rules or the rules that people tell or say, and you try to do your own thing. And like I said, you're gonna win some, and then when you lose, it really hurts your account.
Amen. Amen to that. And shout out to Bedell. He's like saying, "Oh, I found the right stream." We are broadcasting on many locations right now. So welcome, Bedell. Appreciate you being here, man. Can I just ask, and then I promise I'll stop. Go
right ahead. Go right ahead. I'm here to absorb. Yeah.
Joe, I know we've talked about it, and I know you've said it many times on a lot of your videos, but there is, for those who may not trade all the time, there is a huge difference trading and learning to trade in a bull market versus trading and learning to trade in a bear market. Can you speak to that a little bit give people a little foundation there?
Yes. So when I first started trading and getting mentors, I paid for 5 mentors at the very beginning because I didn't want to go through all the pitfalls and everything else. So I spent a lot of money to invest in myself before I invested in the market. And at this time, it was the bull market last season, and everything was going up. So everything they taught worked. And I felt like a freaking genius. Like I literally was in genius phase for a long period of time before the market started changing. But when the market started changing, I didn't know what was going on, and I lost, quite a bit of money until I figured it out. It's like, it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So whenever I'm teaching and trading, I let people know, especially like with bullish divergence, and these are just terms, that I'm just going to throw at you real quick. But bullish divergence or anything bullish, a bullish pattern or anything, they work much better in a bullish market. I mean, it just makes sense. If you have something that is supposed to go up, you have a higher chance of it going up when everybody's buying, versus, all these bullish signs. Once you start learning how to trade, all these bullish signs in a bear market where everything is going down, and if it does go up, it doesn't go up nearly as much as it would in a bullish market. So not only do you have to know what market you're in, which is a bull market and a bear market, but you also have to know what segment, and this is what a lot of mentors don't teach you, the segments of the market. You have a beginning, middle, and end. So if you're trading a certain way in the beginning, you cannot trade that same way in the end. So it's really important. And that's one thing I always talk about.
And I that's why I knew you were going to end there. And that's why I brought up BC's comment here. You're basically going to pay one way or the other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. What market are we in right now, in your opinion? Because
right now,
I'm hearing different things. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, we were, in my opinion, we were in a bullish market, but now I'd say like the past month or so, we've been in a bearish market just because we cannot break the highs. And I'm referring to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin runs the show. There's a lot of times where we'll start going up, but we can't break the major levels. So until we start breaking the major levels, in my opinion, we're at the first segment of the bearish cycle. And once again, that's my thought process until we start breaking those highs. Then it's bullish, but it could be a fake out. And I have all these levels, and I go over all these levels on my channel, but it could be a fake out to where we start going up. And then when we retrace, which is perfectly fine, a lot of people freak out about that. But when we retrace, then what we're doing now is we're looking for that pivot point to either break the high we just did or roll over, and then now start attacking the lows, and everybody gets faked out again. And, we continue going lower. But I think we're in the beginning segment of the bearishness.
Okay. Because it seems like it hasn't broke that 95 barrier in a while. Is that the resistance line that you're basically talking about?
Let me show you my chart. But there's quite a few levels. There's quite a few levels. So let me go to the daily, and then I'll share my screen. And this is going to be really quick. It's not going to be a full in-depth thing or nothing like that.
Yeah. Go ahead. While you're pulling your screen up, shout out right here to Bokio. If I butchered that, I apologize. Appreciate you being here. JR in the house. Appreciate you being here. And we got a question from Jetsy. We'll bring your question up for Joe in a minute. Let him give you his chart real quick, and then we'll come back to your question.
All right. So let me know when the screen is showing.
You are your screen is up. You're good to go, brother.
All right, cool.
Can see it.
All right. So I have a bunch of stuff right here. This is, all in this little section, but the major levels that I'm looking for right now that we need to break on the daily is 93,255. This was our level, but now I do have to update it because now we made this. So we got into this box of resistance, and I do a lot of zones and stuff, but we went there, we came down. Now we're having a really nice move. So what we need to see now, we need to see a really nice bounce off. I don't think we're going to get it, but I think we need to see a really nice bounce between 93 and we can go here. So the level that we're looking at is, and these are just estimates, depending on your exchange, they may be a little different. 94.5 and 93.2. These are the two levels that I'm looking at. Let me change that. So 93.5 and 93.4. So these are the two levels that I'm looking at because this is the zone. I don't think that we're going to, when we pull back and expect to pull back, I think we're going to go back into this. And if we do break back into this, and this meaning this zone, it could potentially, price could potentially, if we get lucky, we could bounce in the zone and start coming up, which is good. If we retrace a little bit more, this zone is now going to be resistance, and this could be a potential fake out to where now we start coming down and attacking these lows. But the levels to the upside that I'm looking at, a 94.5, which we just broke. Our next major resistance is right around 99. and then the next one is 95.6. Now, for me to become bullish, we have another major resistance zone here. This is JR's emoji. Shout out to JR. But
yeah, JR is going to be coming on here as a new trader who did a lot of learning on his own, but that's for the next time. Joe, keep going, brother. You're doing great.
Yeah. So this right here is another major resistance zone, and I'm guessing that, you know, as days go on, this right here, we have a double whammy. So not only a resistance zone, but also a trend line, and these trend lines are from the second cycle, from the candle body closes to the second body closes and wicks to wicks. But here it's about 106. So this is a really major level. Now, in order for me to be bullish, to change from my bearish sentiment to bullish, we need to break 119.4. That's way up here. Do I think it's going to happen? I really don't. I think what we're going to end up doing is, and this is a bigger time frame macro, but I think what we might do is we might come up to, let's say, to our level 99-ish, come back down, retrace, come back into this zone around 106, 107, bounce off of this lower level, about 100, only to go about in the middle, about 104, to come down and roll over. And then it's done. If this happens, it's done. Yeah. So I don't think we're going to break above this. Now, the reason I'm saying my bullish level is 119.4 is because if this happens, we're super close to the all-time highs. Everybody's going to be crazy talking. Your Uber driver, your Lyft driver, your pizza delivery person. Everybody's going to be buying Bitcoin just how they were standing in line for what was it? Gold, silver. Gold. So, and that's what's going to happen here. And then we may shoot up to like maybe 140. But until we break this 119.4, my whole thing is we're going to go, and it's okay, we can go up. But when we do start breaking the lows, whether it's here or here, but I think we'll come up here, then that's, in my opinion, when it solidifies it for me to where we're done, it's over. We'll start coming down to these lower levels.
Yeah, break out the bear. Yeah. We weren't even planning on asking Joe to do any charting today, so thanks, Joe.
Yeah, no problem. I love doing charts. I absolutely do. I love the thought process that goes behind it. And then, you know, in a few months, like, we'll see if this played out to where we go into that zone, and then we break out of that blue zone, and then see if it's over. I mean, nobody knows. Yeah,
fair enough. I did highlight a couple of comments here, but you had a question first. A question for you, Joe, from Jetsy, asking thoughts on liquidity trading. I've been getting big into that and doing well, but seems to be an afterthought for most crypto investors. But if you do it right, large gains. Thoughts, Joe?
So here's the thing. With liquidity, it's everywhere. As the price goes up, you have people who are doing their stop losses down here. So as the price goes up, liquidity is being built on the downside. As price goes down, liquidity is being built on the upside. So if it breaks the level to the upside, there's a really high chance, doesn't mean that it will, but there's a really high chance that we'll go to that liquidation area. However, I've seen it time and time again. I strongly recommend you guys watch my channel, because I show it where there's a huge block of liquidity and we go up right up to it and we maybe tap a little bit and we go down. And just $100 more, it could have had 99 million. $50 more, $100 more, it could have had 30 million. $50, $100 after that, it could have had 36 million. So there, and what it does, it tricks the liquidity traders to where, oh man, there's $700 million right in this little block. If we break this, we're going here. No, price can do whatever it wants. And that's what I stress, and that's what I teach. There's a lot of other people who I look up to that I consider them mentors, but the verbiage they use is very dangerous, especially to newer traders or traders that don't know that anything can happen. They'll say, oh, if it breaks this level, it's going here. It's gonna get this liquidity. Price can do whatever it wants. And I show you that every single day, especially looking at the liquidity heat map, to where when it taps it barely and then reverses, all those traders got trapped. So what I do is I just trade level by level. That's what I do.
Okay. Is there like go-to tools or sites that you like to use for references when you're trying to chart things out or find liquidity pools or anything like that?
Yeah. So for liquidity, let me see if I can pull it up. It's a Coin Glass, and I'm gonna put it in the. I'm gonna put it in the comments. I think I can post it in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I posted in the comments, and it's Binance liquidation heat map.
Could you
And
put
I
that
explained-
in the private chat too, Joe? Because that
Yeah.
only went, I think, to my channel.
Oh yeah.
I can.
So I put it in the private chat. So
Okay.
it's on Coin Glass, and it's free. I love free. So it's
Yeah,
Coin
free is
Glass,
good. Yeah.
and it's the liquidations heat map. And of course, on my show every night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, I go over how to use it, what it means, how to read it, and possibly even how to trade it. So that's what I do on my channel.
Okay. Just gonna see if I can pull it up here too, just so they can see what we're looking at.
Okay. Did you have another question for him? If not, I'll jump in with another one. But
Yeah, go right ahead. Just so everyone knows what we're talking about, I'm just pulling up this page. So this is the link that we just shared for liquidation heat maps. So this is for BTC.
Right. And then, of course, on my show at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, I go over this on the 24-hour time frame, the 12-hour time frame, the 3-day time frame, the weekly time frame, and I just kind of break it down, what to look for. And then I explain, what's happening with the price action in regards to the liquidation. And then I'll pull up Bitcoin right after that to show you more thought process. And then my thought process on which way I think it might go usually corresponds with the heat map. And that's without me looking at the heat map. I can pretty much tell you, because you can kind of see it. If you have a lot of stops on the chart, you know that there's a lot of stop losses above it. If there's a lot of stops at support, there's a lot of support underneath it and liquidations underneath it. And sure enough, I go into the heat map, and then there it is.
Okay, fair enough. Now, if you had to give, because you made a very important Jar moved me when I was pointing to you. You made a very important distinction a minute ago with saying, it confuses new traders. If you had to, or you were talking to a new trader, what would you be telling them about trading?
One, everybody says this too. It's very true. Only trade with money you can afford to lose. That's the biggest thing. This should not be your rent money, your engagement money, your crypto Hawaii money, your bill money, your mortgage, your rent. It should not be any. This should be extra money. So if you can save $20 a month, 100, 200, whatever it is, then great. Use that. It's fun money. It's kind of like, you go to the gas station and you really don't need the candy bar, but you buy it anyway, or the lottery ticket, or the scratch off. If you make money, great. But if you don't, it's okay. And that's how you should look at trading. Of course, we don't want to lose, but just know that the likelihood of losing, especially in the very beginning, is very high, because you don't know what to look for and how to manage your risk. And trading is very psychological. That's another thing that I touch on. I touch on the risk management and the psychology of trading. It plays on your emotions. You have fear, greed, anger, envy, jealousy, all that stuff. The biggest one and the most dangerous is greed. You see somebody, whether it's, on X or a YouTuber, we made 80% on this trade. We made 35% on this trade. We made 90% on this, Discord call out or Telegram call out. And you're like, oh man, let me join their group. It's only $100 a month. Well, you join the group and then you realize that one of their admins posts 5-10 charts a day. Another admin posts 10-20 charts a day. The main leader posts 8-10 charts a day. And it's like, man, that's a whole bunch of charts to pick from. In my opinion, what's happening in reality is they're hurting their members. Now, again, because you're in a group and everybody wants to be in a group, nobody wants to be the person who's not making money. So if you're not making money with all of the setups, you're not going to say anything. However, when you do win, well, guess what you're going to do? Hey guys, I made money. Thank you so much. Yeah. And what it is, it's psychology, and it's actually, and there's a really great video, not to kind of sidetrack, but there's a really great video. I saw this on X and YouTube, where there's a guy who he goes into an elevator, and there's another guy who already has a helmet on, and there's 3 other helmets on the floor, and the dude's looking at the guy like with the helmet, looking on the floor in the helmet. Somebody else comes in, a female comes in, and automatically, without even thinking, she gets the helmet, puts it on, and he's looking at her like, what's going on here? Another guy comes in without even thinking, puts on the helmet, and there's 1 helmet left. So he's kind of looking around, and he's like, okay, he puts on the helmet because he doesn't want to feel like the oddball. But again, it's psychology. So everybody wants to feel a part of something, and they're going to do what others are doing. So if you join a new group and you're losing and losing and losing and losing, and finally you win, first thing you're going to do, hey guys, I made 80% on this trade. Thank you so much, and blah, blah. And the new person coming in who's losing sees this person finally posted, and now he's the odd man out. And what it is, it's psychology. So, and for people who question, like, hey guys, you know, they question the owner, they question the group. What do? They get banned really quick because they don't want that negativity.
Jar don't know nothing about that.
so they get banned really quick. And for me, what I do is I challenge people. I challenge traders. I challenge newcomers. I challenge, you know, people who are very experienced in trading, you know, like to ask me questions. Because again, you know, I don't know it all, but to ask me questions, so 1, I can prove to them that I know what I'm talking about, and 2, maybe it differs from their style of trading, but it's okay. Let's talk and see, you know, maybe I need to readjust my thought process, or possibly they may be able to look at it at a different way. So
yeah, I love the transparency with your channel. And one of the most difficult things, at least for me, to do, and I still have problems, is taking the emotion out of it. Taking the emotion out of it is one of the hardest things for most people to do. And I'm guilty of it all the time. I'm always emotionally trading or selling or panic selling or doing something terrible.
Well, and even with investing, and I'm gonna bring BC's thing back up here, because he's like, I tell people that are new, don't bother, you know, and oh wait, wrong one. Don't bother, you know, you're gonna better off to just kind of DCA, and that leads into one of the last questions I had for Joe. Now it's a conversation, then just to the point of getting banned, because again, Jar and Solana's phone, I don't know. Anyway.
You got to ask questions.
Well, exactly. Anyway, you know, it's the psychology thing. I just want to, I think, make one other point, is that it is good, though. There's a positive aspect to that. And Joe, feel free to jump on in here and say whatever you want. But I mean, if you can find a good free group to start with. So, for example, Joe has a free Telegram, Joe has a free Discord, and get in there. That will give you some of, in my opinion, the encouragement you need if you're trying to learn. Anything else you want to add to that, Joe?
Yeah, the best thing to do is try your best to learn for free. You know, don't get with the greed and join groups and everything else. Now, do I recommend joining groups? 100%. 100% I recommend joining groups. But take your time. Ask questions on the live streams. Hopefully they do live streams. Ask questions. See if you get banned. See if, you know, it's a great community. And then, you know, hopefully you can get information and learn how to trade and hopefully make money to where if the stuff really works, then you can actually make enough money to pay for their group. So,
yep. No, I agree. And I kept this up on the screen because he's right. BC's right. It's damn near impossible to get your emotions out of hell. Just about anything you're doing in the crypto space. I mean, think about it, even from like a lot of the people that I know are from Matrix Money channel and Jar's channel. You know, when you're mining, spec mining, basically these new things. I mean, tell me you ain't got no emotion in that.
Oh no, I think the whole crypto community is built off of emotion, pretty much. Just go on crypto Twitter and you can see the emotion just heaving there. So yeah.
Yep. A couple of shout outs to people that have come in since we said last. Automatic Beats in the house. I love Automatic Beats. Wick's wife, appreciate you being here.
Wick.
And listen, right here, what does that say? Marwan? Did I get that right?
Marwan
And he
99.
said DCA. I picked this one last on purpose because you want to know what? That was my last question to Joe. Joe, talk to people about the difference between exactly that, trading and having a DCA strategy, please.
So in my opinion, the smartest people DCA. In my opinion, the smartest people are the investors. You don't need the money, and you just treat it like a savings account. Every week, every paycheck, every month, whatever it is, you just buy the coin that you have faith in. Now, could that go to zero? Sure. But again, this should be, like I mentioned earlier, money you could afford to lose. Now, if the project does plan out and becomes successful, all of your DCAing, regardless of where you bought it at or anything like that, more than likely in a few years, it's going to increase in price. More than likely. Again, not financial advice. Trading, for me, I love it. It keeps my blood flowing, keeps me young. I absolutely love it. But it also gives you gray hairs because you're like, oh, crap, when the market just turns. Mm-hmm. Now, for me personally, I love trading. I do all the different types of trading that we discussed earlier, but the DCA is absolutely the best. And rich people get richer because they do not need to cash out their coins if it makes 30% or 50% to pay a bill. They can just let it sit there. And sure enough, a few years later, well, then that 30% turned into maybe 400% or 1,000%. It just depends. And that's how you get all these millionaires. Now, one thing that I do recommend, of course, not financial advice, is if a coin pumps really nice, take something out. Anything. $5.
Oh yeah, take profit.
Something.
For sure.
And because it's going to retrace. So there's only two things. So for me, my verbiage is very particular. The words I use: can, might, should. No, I don't say should. Can, might, possibility, probability, high chance of. Those are the words that I use. I don't say it will do this or it has to do this. Those words are going to get you in trouble because it's going to build a bias to your subconscious and even your conscious to where if something happens, it's going to do X, Y, and Z. And then, of course, that is the worst thing that you can do. But when it comes to trading, there's two things that price always does. Now, this is the only time that I use definites. And definites is it will go up and it will go down. Amen. It'll go up until it's done going up. It'll go down until it's done going down. Our job as a trader or investor or DCA person is to identify when it's time to stop going up and possibly start coming down, and vice versa. So that's what we do, is we know that if the price pumps, it's going to go down. It's just a matter of when. And when it does, well, it's just a matter of how much it's going to go down before potentially it goes back up again if we're in an uptrend, making higher highs, higher lows. So that's where the level by level comes in and how I trade. And we continue doing that until we start breaking the lows. And then we continue breaking the lows, like, okay, the uptrend's over. Now it's time, because now the price is coming down. So that's what
awesome. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. Jar, I don't know if you had any other questions, but I do know you had some news stuff you wanted to get Joe's take on. Tell me whatever you're driving, brother.
All right, and just give me a minute here, and I'm going to pull up the last couple. Well, the one that was kind of funny that I'll bring up anyways is Eric Adams coin.
Oh my God.
This is kind of a joke.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so this was a coin. Joe, did you get involved in this? Do you know anything about this? This is the Eric Adams NYC token that went live. He did a pump and dump. It looks like he took out about $2.3 million of liquidity when I last checked.
Wow.
Oh my God. I'm having flashbacks of Trump coin.
Yeah.
Although some people did make some good money with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. When it comes to coins like that, just know they will be pumping. Like, that's the only thing I can guarantee from coins like that. And I don't guarantee a lot of stuff, but that
Yeah.
for sure, 100%, it's gonna be a pump and dump, and more than likely, there's insiders. And I was so disgusted. I was so disgusted with the Trump coin, and later finding out that there was insiders and everything else. Then, of course, the family started doing their own pump meme coins, and all those were just as bad. It left a really bad taste in my mouth. And then, of course, anybody else who does these, any governors, senators, anybody in office that does something like this, they're just out to get a quick dollar. That's all it is. So if you do get in, do not, again, the biggest thing is greed. If you're up 10%, 20, 40, 100, 200, 800, you're like, oh man, this is going to change the world and change my life. And no, start selling.
Take your profits, man.
Yeah, take your profit. Not financial advice.
Yeah, not financial. And on their side, it's a terrible PR move because we've seen this happen so many times. Like, you just have a bad reputation after putting out a coin
yes,
like that.
Definitely.
Yeah. And this one, CCM, maybe you have a little bit more information on this, but it looks like a new draft is being presented. Do you know where the Clarity Bill is actually going to, or Clarity Act? Do you know where we're headed with that right now?
Well, listen, there's still people who are like, yeah, we're going to see it, blah, 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 blah. And when I say see it in short order here sometime in January, listen, the U.S. government is going to be back at trying not to go and close for any length of time in the next couple of weeks. That's first. So forget about it. And if you look at it even from again, my opinion, you look at this from an even further perspective. People are going to be focusing on midterm elections here in the United States. This thing is going to take a back burner. They're not going to give this to Trump before the midterms, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, it's kind of funny. I think Charles Hoskinson from IOHK put out a similar short video, a live stream or something, saying pretty much the same thing. Kind of like we won't see this till maybe 2029. Joe, any thoughts about this?
So for the Clarity Act, for those that don't know, in a brief summary, what is the Clarity Act in a brief summary?
Basically, it is going to provide the framework. I'm being brief. The framework for cryptocurrency here in the United States, outside of stable coins, obviously.
Yeah. So here's a question that I posed to y'all. First, when crypto came to be, it was pretty much to go, I'll say it, against the government, against the fiat. Now that the government, and we're seeing this more and more, Clarity Act and everything else that's happening, where the government is embracing it and, buying it and just everything that they're doing. Why? Why are they doing that? Because crypto is supposed to be kind of, peer-to-peer. And the way I see it, it's kind of like back in the day when you would trade like a cow for a piece of land or whatever.
The barter system.
Yeah, the bartering system. So why now is the government embracing crypto so hard? Because a few years ago, they weren't doing that. They were like, oh, it's only for illegal activities and everything else.
Yeah.
And again, with the Clarity Act and everything else that's going on, my question is, why? Why now? Like, why are they embracing it so hard?
Because they want their piece of the proverbial pie, and if they can control it, all the better. They keep the thumb on us.
And that right there is what I think. I think because they know it's going to happen. It's been happening. And if they're able to control it, and just like with the banks, how the banks got frozen, if they're able to control, our assets and crypto and everything, we are literally we're at their mercy.
I will say this, because I've been doing a lot of separate research on sound money, which has led me down a little bit of a gold and silver avenue, as well as crypto, obviously, as I've been putting together my new Premiere series. And I see two camps kind of forming right now. It's the, screw fiat, screw the government, screw all this baloney. We need to get back to what this was supposed to be, which was for the government, and let's it's about me. And then we've got the government who's like, come on in, we're gonna help you out, we're gonna let you get it at your bank and here and there and everywhere, and we'll protect you from these nasty people like Eric Adams. So and I see that division forming, but I gotta say that with what I've done or seen and read so far, the bigger avenue of that is on the government side of things, sadly. So, my opinion.
Yeah, they're setting the rules. So the rule book needs to be in place before anything can actually happen legally. It's a huge piece, and it's a piece that we're completely missing here in Canada. So at least you're miles ahead of us.
So tell us about Canada now.
Oh, we don't even have there's no framework. There's barely even a discussion right now. So I'm hoping we start getting into a new phase. The discussion just started over here, but you're miles ahead of us right now. And I'm really hoping something goes through your Congress and bills are set, because it sets a pace and a precedent for everybody else globally as well.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Jar, did you have any other news stuff you wanted to throw by Joe at all, or anything?
No, those are just the key ones I wanted to talk about. I'm not sure if you had anything to add.
I do not. Honestly, I asked all of my questions. Joe, what about you, brother? Anything you'd like to bring up to this potentially new group of people that may not be traders by, I was going to say by trade, but you get my point.
Yeah, so in my opinion, it's best to know the different aspects, mining, of course, maybe trading, but not so much trading, just more of the investment side, and just kind of knowing that, if your coin that you mine gets listed on an exchange, sell some. Or if all of it, sell, make that money, because it could go, and we saw that with Pi, where it went then it just dumped really hard, and everybody's thinking that it's gonna, go crazy, and it didn't.
No.
Like I said, and that's where the emotional side comes in, because let's say it gets listed, whatever coin you're mining, and it gets listed on an exchange with talks of other listings. So there's that carrot dangling that it went 500%, and now it's going to go to 5,000%. And you don't sell any of it. But in my opinion, again, not financial advice, sell some, and hopefully it gets listed on the other exchanges, and then you already have some, and you can, sell it some more. But that's something that's one of the most crippling things for any kind of person, especially miners, because granted, it's not free, and I love the fact that you can have a machine and it's making coins for you. Like it's like magic. It really is.
Yeah. The best way to dollar cost average in my opinion. Yeah. If you're trying to prove that method, you pick up an ASIC and you dollar cost average into whatever crypto coin you're trying to do. Right. But I totally agree. Take profit. I am being a lot more disciplined right now, and I have markers. I have a spreadsheet of prices, and when those markers hit, I'm taking at least some profit, something. That is definitely key.
Yep. No, agreed. And I'm just going to bring this up here because, BC, love BC, man. He's 100% right here. The government, like, who gives a crap? At the end of the day, and we touched, ironically, BC, Bedell and I touched on this a little bit last night toward the end of our stream, where we were talking about taxes and that kind of thing. And, it's like, who cares at the end of the day? Because it only matters if you're using centralized exchanges, if they've ID'd your wallets, that kind of thing. And what do I know? Joe, that was a good point. And Jar, thanks for chiming in on that, because man, Jar lives that life like every day, literally with that. So
I'm in my basement and I cry in the corner over there often. Just waiting for this market to pick up. Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, unless if anybody's got any last questions for Joe, about him or trading or anything like that, go ahead and throw it in the comments now, and we'll give him a chance to answer those. But Joe, while we have everybody, and by the way, all the links to all Joe's contact information is in the description. So go ahead and if you're not already subbed to Joe, please do that. But Joe, is there anything else you want to just mention to everybody about what you got going on your channels, that kind of thing?
Yeah. So basically every night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, I go live. I talk about trading. I talk about the thought process behind the trading. For me, it's extremely important to discuss the who, what, where, when, and especially the why. Why we're doing what we're doing. There's a lot of traders out there that will just, give a setup and then that's it. But if you want, to know how to do it, well, then you got to pay for their group. I explain the why, the reasoning behind the potential thought process behind the moves. And then the next day we go and we see if it played out. Sometimes it's extremely accurate, which is almost scary. And then sometimes I'm way off. And then whenever I am extremely accurate, I make sure to point out where I was way off so that people don't think that, oh man, I know.
Yeah.
And
part of what we love about you.
Yeah. If I was doing the whole, false promises and empty promises and everything like that, then I wouldn't show where I was wrong when I was extremely accurate. But that's one thing I do all the time. I show, and I talk about losses, because as a trader, you're going to lose. And again, extremely transparent, because I want traders to know, hey, this guy is real. Like he wins, he loses. And for me, I talk more about the losses because, again, the emotional side, the psychological part of trading, nobody cares about the wins. Wins, like, who cares if I made money? The thing is, one, I show you how to make money, not financial advice. I always have to say that, not financial advice.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you lose, like, that's when it comes into the psyche as far as,
that's what makes it real.
I lost the trade and I don't even think I could be doing this, or maybe I'll go in harder, or maybe I won't use this stop loss. And it's like, no, like you're gonna lose. You're going to.
Yep.
It's
setting yourself
up
for.
We don't want it to happen, but it's gonna happen.
And a shout out to Wick's wife, first off, what she said here, which absolutely, Joe, he's the man. I mean, at one point, I could contact this guy pretty much any time of the day, night, morning, whatever, and he'd be responding within minutes. Don't know how he did that. God bless you, man. But then, I'm assuming she's speaking or asking about like in crypto, with crypto, that kind of thing is the,
Yeah. So my biggest fear, and then I'll get to the crypto one. My biggest fear is rats.
There you go.
Rats.
There you go.
Like mice, okay. But rats, big old fat rats, that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear in crypto is my wallets getting compromised. That's my biggest fear. So what I do to protect that, I have like 8, maybe even 10 email accounts. And for each exchange, I have different emails for that exchange. For websites that I join up for whatever newsletters, I have a different email. So that if for whatever reason somebody catches an email, they can say, oh, your Bybit account has been compromised. It's like, that's not my email for Bybit or, another exchange. Like, I know I don't even open emails. I don't click on links. I get a lot of messages on Telegram for, different exchanges wanting me to partner with them. And, I don't click on links. I don't download PDFs. I'm extremely careful on my computer and my phone too, for that matter. I don't have a lot of apps on my phone just because my biggest fear is having my wallets compromised. And then who knows? They might take my $14.
That's right, $14. And if you know. And right here, BC was like, thought you were going to say ex-wives. So there you go. Oh man. Crypto Bullcoin is here, and hi guy, I appreciate you being here. But he asked a question that I'm assuming is for Jar, because he's probably the most qualified of the three on the screen to answer this. So
yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't say DPEN is dead, but there's definitely a purge happening right now, and may the strongest projects with real utility survive. And there's just a few. I think GeoNet is one of those top DPEN projects that's out there. But no, it's definitely not dead. And I think there's more people coming on board right now. Just the focus isn't, the attention's not there right now. The attention's on Bitcoin and what's Bitcoin going to do before anything else gets focused on.
Fair enough. And Dopey Bull is in the house. Appreciate you being here. Welcome. And what's this? When will stocks be on the blockchain? That's a great question. I mean, I know they're working on that. I honestly, I can't say I've been following up on that, to be completely honest with you, but I know, what was it? First quarter last year, maybe summer last year. That was the big talk from the Trump administration, was getting a lot of that on the blockchain.
Yeah, and there are some that you can buy. There's selected few, about a dozen or so that you can buy on the blockchain right now, but it's not as open as the New York Stock Exchange or the Nasdaq. So we still got a lot more growth to go with that.
Yep, facts. And Wick is in the house, and yeah, it's just what Joe just said. Exactly, security. You need good security, online security, good online security hygiene, that kind of thing. Absolutely.
Or if you want to take it a step further, this is what I do for security: is I have a virtual machine. So it's like a sandbox virtual machine that I'm running, and I run my emails through it. I install new applications, and if anything is suspicious, you just burn it, and you can spin up a new one, and you don't have to worry about anything being compromised. So that's a really good tool to use if you're very, very suspicious about what's actually happening in the crypto space.
That's great advice. That's great advice. Okay. Thank you for laying that stuff out, Joe. What about you, Jar? What do you got going on? And then we'll start wrapping this thing up.
Yeah, I got a few things going on right now. I'm just working, like I mentioned last time, about free projects that you can get started up right now for nothing. It's just having an old computer. You can spin up a node and earn some crypto that way. So I'm looking at some sustainable projects that are growing. One of them is called AOS. That one surprised me with some spikes that it did, because it's going along with the AI narrative. So it seems like a very positive project. And one of the three that I'm going to be focusing on, I'm not done the videos, but they'll be popping up in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
How about you, CCM? What do you got going on? I've been watching your channel. You've been pumping out a lot of content lately.
I am trying like heck. I'll tell you what. And right now, again, still starting to get the footing under the new Premiere series. Monday, Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. And then Monday, Tuesday, live in the evening. Monday with BC and Crypto Bedell, and then obviously here on Tuesday nights for the Matrix Money podcast, and then of course Crypto on the Rocks on Friday nights. I'm trying to do something a little bit different for this Crypto on the Rocks, but certain things have to fall into place for that to happen. So we'll see. We'll see about that. And there was another question, Jar, that was a you question. Oh, here it is.
Oh, really? Are these node projects worth anything? There's node projects that are worth something. Getting into them is not always the cheapest, but I'm going to be exploring some of those. I could say that nodes in general, if you're a new project, it is a tough space to thrive right now. Majority of them are not doing well at all.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And Paulie, welcome. Appreciate that being here. And well, I mean, do each of you guys want to take a shot at this? I got nothing about Tau. Every time somebody asks about it, I'm like, I got nothing. I just don't.
Yeah, no, I don't. I haven't played around with Tau. I actually don't know too much about it. Joe, are you in this project at all?
Yeah, I'm not in it, but I do like it. Makes us some good money when we do get in it. So Tau, BitTensor, of course. It depends on what you're trying. For me, I like it as a project, and again, I'm not sure if you're coming like on a trading side or investing side, but if you're looking for investments, for me personally, I'm gonna start investing. Tau, I'm not gonna really do, but people do love it again.
Oh yeah.
But for me, I personally wouldn't do the DCAing or investing until maybe like a year from now, when we're at the bottom of the bear market, potentially, if this is, if we're done already. But like for trading, it just has to break the levels. Yeah, not financial advice.
I got you, brother. I got you. And there was one more question. Again, I'm assuming this is a Jar question. I don't even know this thing.
I have no idea what Elf Kick is.
Yeah, I got nothing. Joe, do you happen to be? Are you familiar with this at all?
No.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, no.
Well, while you're looking that up, last season when I was making so much money, incredible money trading, I'm gonna start diversifying. So I start, buying mini ASIC miners, and I build my own mining machine and the whole nine. Really good learning process. But I also did a bunch of nodes, and IOS was one of them, where it was extremely easy to set up, literally an exe file. And it was one of the easier nodes to set up. There was a lot of them where I had to use that little, I forget what it is, but it's like anyway, it's like a machine that it kind of complicated anyway. But I was super easy, and I made so much money that I bought a bunch of the little computers. I think they're like $250 each or something like that. I bought like 8 of them because I'm doing all these nodes. So I bought about 8 of those, and then I bought I think like 2 cheap laptops so that I could run all those nodes on. And it was fun seeing, earning stuff. And there was a few nodes that I did, and they're free. You didn't have to have their coins or nothing like that. You just start earning their coins, and it was pretty fun. But then it got to the point where it's like, man, I have all these machines on, getting kind of hot in the house. So.
That's good for the winter, though. I guess.
Good for the winter.
And well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Listen, it doesn't behoove anybody if we're trying to blow smoke up your ass. That's the way I look at it. And no. I know from working with these guys that they're straight shooters. So appreciate you saying that. And yeah, Wick's wife's hitting the nail on the head. RMT is the GOAT. Yep, absolutely.
RMT.
Yep, absolutely.
Great channel.
And thank you for all the videos.
Okay, so you're on my channel. That's cool. Yeah, I haven't done an update on Sui Play, but I will be doing one just because there hasn't been a whole lot to talk about. Seeker phone, I'm not going to get into that one right now.
Yeah. Probably a good idea, right? Probably a good idea. Oh, man. All right. I mean, I think that's it. We answered all the questions. Thanks everybody for all the comments and questions and that kind of thing in the chat. It's been we're well over an hour here at this point. It's been great. Joe, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for your time.
I had a great time. Great questions. And hopefully, everybody learned a little bit more about myself, about my channel, what I do. And I say this all the time, and it's kind of like my little slogan. I'm here to get rich with you, not because of you. And for that reason, I don't, make you pay to learn how to trade. If you're interested in learning how to trade, if you want to know more about the who, what, where, when, why, when it comes to the thought process, and that's one thing I'm really big on is the thought process. And just come check me out. Ask me questions.
Excellent. And Joe's information will be down below in the description. Joe, thank you very much. I hope we can have you on again because it's great talking with you, getting your insight.
Yep, absolutely. And for everybody else, we'll be back next Tuesday night, 6 p.m. I have to think, when are we live? 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'll tell you what. Oh man, we'll see you guys next week. And don't forget, go check out Joe's channels and stuff. All right.
Cheers, guys.
Take care, everybody. Joe, thanks again, man.
Thank you. Bye-bye.